What's up, I'm Victor.
This is Jay.
We're from the rock band Hurt. I guess this is a crazy tour story moment. About 4 months ago, we finished up a show. Our bus driver had the day off. We decided to let someone else drive that night. He decided to maybe hook up with this girl. Well, this girl ends up being psycho crazy. We had to kick her off the bus because we had to leave. She didn't want to do that, but we had to, in the nicest way, get her off the bus. So we get her off the bus. And we're thinking, all right, doors closed, lock it up, we're good, let's drive away. So we start driving away, and what do we see but this girl in her car, hammered drunk, traveling alongside the bus, weaving back and forth, trying to knock us off the road.
And we were on tour with Smile and Peace Soul at the time, so Sean, the singer of Smile, was actually driving the bus. And I was riding behind because I had a friend, and I'm watching this whole thing go down.
She got to the point where she pulls in front of our bus and slams on the brakes. And Sean's like, we're pulling over, she's gonna kill herself, she's gonna kill one of us, she's gonna kill somebody. Of course, when you have a tour bus full of 12 dudes, everybody thinks they have the solution to the problem. But the problem is that you can't put 12 solutions together to make one. So that wasn't working out so well. 5 of us get off the bus trying to handle the situation. Jay goes up to her car and gets her out of the car in a non-aggressive way, gets her out of her own car, and I reach in the passenger side door and I take the keys out of the car and I throw them, but not like to where she can't get them eventually. Like, she knew where they went, but just long enough for us to be able to get back in our bus.
Well, she couldn't walk, so I mean, you know.
She must have been more than just drunk. I'm pretty sure she was on a bunch of Xanax or something. She was crazy, man. I mean, you meet a lot of crazies out there, but I mean, that was the first time I've ever had someone follow us in their car to try and harm us. So yeah, I threw the keys. She's like, what the F this, what the F that? I was like, everybody back on, everybody gets back on the bus. We closed the door and I'm like, go. We bailed and I never saw her again. That's my crazy tour story. One of them.
I got one that I filmed because I had to get this guy out of a dumpster. He was underage and he was drinking and he didn't want to go home and, you know, face the music with his parents. As we were leaving, I just saw this little shadowy figure jump into a dumpster. It took a couple of minutes, you know, as we wrapped things up, and I said, let me go check something out before we leave. And I went and I checked it out. Not only was it, you know, gonna be in the negative teens that night, the guy had decided he was gonna sleep in the dumpster and he was fully passed out by that time, so I got a couple friends who drug him out of there.
I want to know at what point in time in your life and what you're doing when you say, man, I just gotta get in this dumpster and fall asleep.
Well, I mean, you know, the kid was drunk and he didn't want to face his parents, but the trash compactor was coming the next morning. If he was still in there, he would have just gotten. So, yeah, if you take any moral from that story, even if you don't want to own up to it, you're always safer just facing the music. Just go home to your parents. Yeah. I'm sure that they would rather deal with you in the morning, and I'm sure you'd rather have that than, well, the alternative.
Yeah. Saving a guy from a dumpster. Gives a whole new meaning to dumpster diving, I guess.